What the fuck is this? What? Why was that a thing? I thought this was done with. Like, what's up with this fucking shit coming out of the map? And then it just insta-kills us. Dimps, you're... Dimps, you need to be fired. You need to be fired for your sheer fucking laziness. Hey, what's going on, my fellow Godlies and Dragonball Xenoverse enthusiasts around the world? I am Vance from Warframe God Builds and Dragonball Xenoverse God Builds, and today I'm going to be covering the last build in the Xenoverse series. That is the Super Saiyan Mega Smasher build, and I've got to say, this build is a lot of fun. It's really awesome when you connect with all the combos that can be strung together with this guy. Super Saiyan is probably the most overrated thing in Xenoverse, but you know, I don't have personal favorites. I like really all the races from what I've played. I just wish that Dimps would do a whole lot more with this game. It's got so much potential. So if this is my swan song to Dragon Ball Xenoverse, we're gonna go out with a brilliant bang. Alright, so when I take a quick look at my attributes, again, I'm putting 125 points into health. I've got 85 into max ki because that sets me pretty even up there with the amount of ki that we're going to need to generate all these brilliant flashy moves. Basic attacks is at 125 and strike supers is 10. I know that number looks pretty odd, but I have a hunch that they're going to further increase the level cap later on down the road to like 90 or 100, so this number will look a little bit more reasonable once that level cap increases. For equipment, I'm going to be using I'll Make You Regret That. This is Cabba's Super Soul. It's Super Saiyan mode. It boosts normal attacks by a very large amount and boosts melee attacks by a medium amount. It's just something to push our stats a little bit more when we go to melee. And I owe the QQ Bang to Insane Hammer Studios, who informed me that there was a better way to make QQ Bangs. Before we were using +5 stats and -5 stats. Now we've got one that's 1 -5, 1 -2, and 1 -3, which has 3 +5s. So that's really incredible. He really made it so I could shape this build a little bit better than what it was before. But the bread and butter of this entire build, as with every build, lies in the moves. Now you see this entire moveset is just comprised of all strike supers. I mean, just everything. So Shining Slash is of course the move that I use to break the distance. By now you all know that I love to use a chaser move. Shining Slash I will actually use to hit them, and then I will break their stamina, and then I'll lead into my ult with that. It's really good to catch the enemy off guard. A lot of the times people will try to attack you from far away, and especially if you're a ranged character, you're having to you know, keep the distance with someone who is as strong as what we are, and this gets the jump on them rather nicely. That way you can break their stamina or lead into whatever combo you're going to do. Super Mad Dance is something that you can follow into. It's another combo that you can string together really nicely. If you come fresh off of an attack, or they're out of stamina and they can't snap vanish away, Super Mad Dance is something that once they start getting stamina and they feel as though they can zip away, you can pop this off real quick and it'll send them into an automatic combination that does a lot of damage, and it looks nice. It looks really flashy. I would say that Drain Charge is an absolute must. As soon as you begin a fight, you should be trying to get this off as soon as possible. This should be the priority thing that you go for. Like, if you're not trying to land this immediately, you're not gonna hit your Super Saiyan mode. You're not gonna get the additional increases from your Super Soul. You're not gonna be able to do anything that I'm about to talk about. As with my normal right trigger and A, because I play on an Xbox One controller, that's my counter attack. This slot is always my counter attack, and Burst Rush is a combination. It's not just a counter move like Godbreaker. When you counter them with this move, it will actually send them into a tailspin, and you'll follow up and do a huge beatdown combo, and it's really nice. It's good damage. You'll love it. I'm gonna skip talking about this one for just a second, because Victory Rush is something that I would use in PvE as long as you're playing with co-op partners, because it's not too difficult to get in. It's been nerfed since Xenoverse 1, but it's still good. It's still a good ult to have, especially if you don't have like a big amount of ki left and your enemy doesn't have a whole lot of health. So with Dragon Fist, this is the one that I love to combo into. I will get the Drain Charge off, I'll do Super Saiyan, I'll do Shining Slash, and then as soon as I break their stamina after the Shining Slash, I will hit them with the Dragon Fist, and this combo just does an insane amount of damage. It like, if you're fighting something in PvE with like just an overly exaggerated life bar, this is gonna decimate one full bar of life. I mean, if you guys remember fighting Yamcha as number 1, that quest where Yamcha is just ridiculously overpowered, well, this took him down just so far. It was like 3/4 of his life bar, I think. Either way, it was just so ridiculous. And then Time Skip Tremor Pulse is a new move that comes from the DLC. It's not like hyper move. It is like hyper movement, but it's not. Hyper movement, you zip right to them, you hit them away. We used that in the previous build that we did. But Time Skip Tremor Pulse, I feel as though it's just flashier. It's just more the style of this character. You could always swap this out for hyper movement if you favor that over Time Skip Tremor Pulse, but I personally prefer this one. So if you guys found this video to be informative, it really helps if you just hit that like button, share, subscribe, spread the word, and it's been a decent run here on Xenoverse God Builds. I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed breaking up the monotony of all the stuff that I do on Warframe. It was a lot of fun. I do have a lot of fun with Xenoverse, and I'll probably continue to do videos later on down the road. Maybe do some videos like unique stuff like God Build versus God Build. Seeing how, trying to find other players who are actually using these builds and fighting against them. But I'm going to leave you guys, as always, with some gameplay footage, and at the end you'll see a bio, and that'll be that. But until next time, this has been Vance signing off. Thank you guys so much. Peace.